Lakers tomorrow night. The playoffs are upon us. It's the inaugural play-in tournament. Now, for the Lakers, they're facing a red-hot Steph Curry. Western Conference Player of the Month in May and April, Steph Curry. Potential MVP, Steph Curry. But then there's LeBron. Yeah, he's in year 18, and yeah, he's battled injuries this year, but, well, it's LeBron. So, Nick, who is more dangerous for one game, Steph or LeBron?
Oh, you're asking me?
I can't believe this question's being asked.
Yeah.
Hold on, this is LeVar. Just give me 1 second.
No, you
because
got it.
I don't know what LeVar is going to say.
He's gonna be
but I can't believe this question's being asked. Because this is why, Wilds, LeBron James, after winning the title last year, after thanking Jeannie Buss and everyone, Rob Pelinka, everyone involved with the Lakers, Anthony Davis, he said, and I want my damn respect. Because questions like this exist in the ether. Who's more dangerous? Oh, I don't know. The guy who's got 28 career 40-point playoff games, or the guy who's got 6 of them? Who's more dangerous? The guy who the last time we saw play poorly in an elimination game was 1 decade ago? Or the guy who last time we saw play poorly in an elimination game was 1 postseason ago? Like, who's more dangerous? The guy who you know each and every year what you are getting from him come playoff time, or the guy who one of the few little small blemishes on the resume is you don't quite know exactly what you're getting from him come playoff time? The answer is obviously, clearly, and undeniably LeBron. And, LeVar, I don't know where you stand on this because you and I haven't talked a lot of basketball together, but I'm very interested to find out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Nick. And listen, when I heard the question, when I read the question, I said to myself, he's in the conversation. We have had this ongoing saga, this ongoing deal of who is the GOAT of GOATs in basketball, and it's always between LeBron and MJ. And I started thinking to myself, well, if it was an MJ question and it was connected to Larry Bird or Magic Johnson or Charles Barkley or Karl Malone, and the list goes on and on, Isaiah Thomas, who are you picking? You're going to go with MJ no matter how great the other guy is. You're going to be like, man, Larry Bird, he's dangerous. He can shoot. Ain't MJ. Magic, he can handle the rock. He can facilitate. He can shoot. He can score. It ain't Magic. It's always and forever going to be MJ, and not Magic Johnson MJ, but Michael Jordan MJ, that you say is the most dangerous guy. So, Nick, I'm with you here. As much as I love Steph Curry and his ability to shoot the ball, for me, it is a no-brainer. It's a hard discussion, even though you love Steph Curry and the way he scores wilds. I can't go with Steph Curry ever in this conversation.
Okay, but LeVar, we're just talking about danger. We're just talking about one game where something weird happens, a dangerous game. And if we show up on Thursday morning and we're like, wow, one guy went for 60 points. Wow, one guy hit 10 threes. Wow, can you believe that guy scored 30 points in a quarter? You know who we're talking about. If we can show the tail of the tape here, when it comes down to one game, Nick, oh, great, a bell. I did a good job on the sound effects, everybody.
Yeah, hear it, too.
I would say that Steph is a little bit more dangerous. And, Nick, it's not because it's not a shot at LeBron. LeBron can do more things. So will LeBron have more assists? Yes. Will LeBron have more rebounds? Yes. Will LeBron have more hockey assists and just playmaking and savvy plays? Sure. Can one guy shoot the lights out and single-handedly carry their team to a victory that they're not supposed to have? Yes. So that's why in this one game, I think Steph is more dangerous.
Wilds, are you considering this a playoff game? Like, I know it's the play-in.
Yes.
Are you considering this, though, a play?
Well,
okay. So then what you're asking Steph to do... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was, but then LeBron is still tweeting. So until we officially go into 0 Dark 30, it's not a playoff game. We're sort of like halfway there.
Good one.
That's fair, but I think this has similar stakes of a playoff game. What you're asking Steph to do, that was a very interesting regular season comparison. What you're asking Steph to do is something he's done twice in his entire career. Playoff games where you just explode, where you go for more than 40 points. Steph Curry has done that 2 times. 2 times. Once was his very first playoff run ever in a double overtime game. And playoff games where you explode, go for more than 40 points. LeBron's done it 23 times. So, like, this is, again, and I know we're going to talk about the scoring thing later in the show because LeBron had an Instagram about it, but it's all because LeBron does everything well, we act like he's not tied for 4th for most playoff points per game. Not points overall, obviously he has the most there. Points per game. We act like the last time we saw these 2 guys in a series against each other, who was more dangerous? I don't know, the guy who went for 51 in the first game between them? Like, I understand there is the fear factor of Steph pulling up from 38 feet, but that is not going to be a 48-minute experience. So Wild's like, if what you're saying is a real possibility, I'm just curious why we haven't seen it more. Steph's played in a lot of playoff games, a lot of big ones.
Yeah.
And he's had more really bad big ones than explosions of 40+.
But don't you think it's a little bit of a role reversal? Like Steph is now old school pre-Kyrie Cleveland LeBron, where it's like, you know what? I'm looking around at this roster. I kind of have to do it myself. And that some of those average games from Steph was a deferring to, or not a deferring, but just more sharing to Clay and KD. And even let Draymond hit a few backpack threes. Versus now, he has to carry the weight all by himself, just like LeBron had to do in Cleveland.
Wow.
Yeah, I do think that, but LeVar, and while Steph did a brilliant job with that this year, I think what separates LeBron from every other player, not just active, but ever, is he can be in a playoff setting. Everyone knows he's the only guy you have to worry about, and he still can beat you. Like, Steph has never experienced that. He's never had to deal with that. He's never had to play in a playoff run without Clay. Forget without KD. Obviously, he did that. And I just don't think, I do not think this is a realistic expectation for him to be able to do that against the #1 defense in basketball on Wednesday night, LeVar.
You know, Nick, the problem with Wilds' full screen of statistics is it doesn't show the supporting cast and what LeBron James is able to do. He is the most dynamic basketball player that we have probably seen in the history of our game. That one isn't for debate. And so when you think about making this comparison to be the most dangerous in the game, okay, like, Steph can go for more points. That's fine. But if LeBron James is facilitating the way that LeBron James facilitates and creating space, he has a much better supporting cast than what Steph Curry has, and we've made that very clear.
Right.
So when looking at who's more dangerous, it's not about Steph Curry putting up all of those points, because those points are offset by the points that other guys are able to get. LeBron James's impact goes far beyond just looking at statistical categories. You got to look at what he's doing when he's not handling the ball. The amount of attention. You're not going to put 4 and 5 dudes on Steph Curry to stop Steph Curry. You're going to put one guy on him and hope that he can stay in his face long enough for him not to make the shot, which generally doesn't happen, but it is what it is. With LeBron James, you always have to be rolling and rotating your defenses to be able to deal with LeBron, because LeBron can take you and post you up. LeBron can take you outside and take you off the dribble. LeBron can stay outside and shoot the ball. Just very dynamic in the way that he plays the game, and you can't underestimate that amount of talent and that amount of range with his game.
Well, LeBron and the Lakers have to win 17 games to defend their title, and it starts tomorrow night. And like Wild said, it's only one game.
17.
So anything can happen. One game. 17.
Oh,
so it's only one game.
That's another thing, Wild.
Let's talk about the other
Jordan
team
never won
in
17
LA stealing
games
headlines.
in a playoff run. Never. Look it up.
There goes the team who does it first. How about the Clippers? They're getting ready for Luka and the Mavs in round 1.